wanna come and speak to me like,
hey, how you doing? I ain't too bad.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Off the play fake, Prescott. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
A lot of storylines in this matchup. The Packers have had the upper hand. They've won 5 of the last 6 meetings. You think about the Dez Bryant game in the playoffs and the catch, no catch controversy. But, of course, the news here, the return of Mike McCarthy. He was the coach here from 2006 to 2018. Only Curly Lambeau himself has more wins as a Packer coach than McCarthy, and that includes Vince Lombardi. So he had quite an accomplished tenure, no doubt, including the Super Bowl win.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Prescott off play action. Man open downfield is Gallup. He's got it. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. 1st down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 18.
26.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The end result, 21 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The Packers at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well. 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Right left. Hey, 626.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
He's got the hook up with Doubs.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st down, Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
Play action now. Prescott being chased out left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Cowboys 14, Packers nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4. 26. Come out!
Rodgers now to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
And again, it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. On play action, now Rodgers.
He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A jet sweep, Dobbs.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. On play action, Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. The Packers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, you block over here. Get 300. Get 300. 26.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
He finds Watson complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Jones is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
At the Cowboys' 3-yard line.
Over.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Hey, take 26.
Here's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity lost.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Now Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work.
And this is caught inside the 5. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So already not the best to kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Play fake. Here's Prescott.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now this is where field awareness comes into play. He's getting perilously close to his own goal line, and after that sack, backed up to his own 2.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. To throw is Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
That's taken in by Watson.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
50. Hey, 88.
Rodgers now on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Christian Watson, the man he was looking for.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
But that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because it... The completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 5-point game.
And now two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to get the football here at their own 23. But Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that is incomplete.
Well, no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
To throw is Rodgers. He's going to take another shot here. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking...
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that will do it
for this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Right side to Watson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. A first down throw for Prescott. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Off the play fake, Prescott. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, flag.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That'll give him 8 that time. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And now here's another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, it's Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's going to have the Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Romeo Dobbs is intended receiver.
But it'll be 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. 3rd quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
But that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Prescott, they're going to throw for it.
And that's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Easy. Inside.
Now Rodgers.
Finds his receiver, Watson. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And again, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the 1st. Now it's Rodgers.
He finds Watson complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On play action, Rodgers.
Looking for Tonyan on the crosser, and he's got it complete.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Robert Tonyan.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Packers are able to cut into that deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really with the 4-minute offense, this is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays.
And a loose football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On play action, Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 65 yards. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That's taken in by Watson. 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. It's 2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
Rodgers now to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Aaron Rodgers sacked. by Micah Parsons.
Hey, 88, 88.
It's 4th down.
Right left. Notice 50. Hey, you block over here. Yeah, 300. Yeah, 300.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
Rodgers with this one into the hands of Watson.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers now on first down. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final... A little bit tighter. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 5. And he's across for 2 points. Well, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 76 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Packers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
To throw is Rodgers. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to go out of bounds on the return. He won't even get this thing back to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back.